Soft girl era versus Tradwives. That's what we're going to be talking about today. I feel like they both get a bad rep, but let's talk about the difference. So, ladies are now trying to step into their more like feminine energy. They're promoting like a lifestyle of like gentleness, self care. As far as Tradwives, or what a Tradwife is, that's more of like a traditional wife, and not usually, but the husband is the breadwinner. So basically, she prioritizes homemaking, caring for the children and supporting her husband. Now, the reason why I say that it's getting like a bad rep, because I feel like for the soft girl era, I don't know why I can't say that word, but for soft girl era, they are trying to make it seem like they're just going to live this life of leisure and they don't have to really do anything or work for anything. So it's like, okay, if you're living this life of leisure, then who's paying for this life of leisure for you to have this soft girl era? I feel like a soft girl era, when I think of soft girl era, I think of, okay, I want to make sure that I'm doing things so that I'm standing in my feminine energy versus standing in my more masculine energy. But on social media, they're making it seem like the soft girl era is the era of the girls just, doing Pilates every day and having spa days and just all these things that's like, it's not realistic for the everyday female struggling, working 9 to 5. So that's why I do feel like it gets a bad rep when certain ladies are basically trying to make it seem like the soft girl era is more leisure filled lifestyle. And that's totally fine and all, but at the same time, it's promoting to younger girls that it's like you're not living in your feminine energy because you're not doing these things. And it's like, okay, well, they can't do these things because they don't have these privileges, or maybe you're getting like sugar daddies to pay for this for you. Who knows what you're doing? It's a lot of OnlyFans girls out here that's doing things, but they're doing strange things for strangers. And at what point are you going to say to yourself, like, this is not the life that I need to be living, that I should be living. I can do something better with my mind, my body, your soul, whatever it is you want to do. But selling yourself on the internet for everyone, that's not going to promote that soft girl era or that traditional trad wife life that you might want or might not want. Who knows? But either way, no guy is going to be looking forward to saying, oh, I'm going to make her my wife. And if they are, then hey, more power to you. I'm for it if you're for it. And then I want to talk about traditional wives, or trad wives is what they're called. So I feel like I am a trad wife. I have been homeschooling to provide this lifestyle for us, his family. We have children. So he's able to do all these things for us. And as a thank you to him for doing these things for us, we make sure the house is clean. We make sure, but I mean, I am the one that's doing most of the work. It's not no child labor going on over here or anything like that. Like, they have normal children lives. But anyway, so, we're making sure like the house is clean for daddy. We're making sure that daddy has food to eat. Tradwives now on social media are making it seem like this 1950s aesthetic, wearing your apron with your hair all curly, or pin curls is what I call them. I don't know if that's what, everybody calls them, but where I'm from, that's what we call them. So, like the pin curls in your hair, the really curly curls in your hair, and you have on your apron. And mind you, we have aprons. Like, we wear our aprons when we don't want to get messy, or, when we're doing something and we're already dressed to like leave out the house. So yeah, we do wear our little aprons that we have. But they're doing this whole facade of like a trad wife is just, this whimsical being that's in the kitchen. And okay, no, you're a businesswoman. Like, you're making this content for your subscribers, for your fans, whatever you want to call them. You're making this content this is a well thought and planned out thing for you. So don't try to make it seem like, oh, this is just another day in the life of a tradwife. Because in reality, yes, I do make, food from scratch, but I'm not in the kitchen, making homemade noodles every day, or, I do bake bread and stuff like that. But I have a bread machine. Like when it comes to homemade meals, I'm thinking of ways to speed up the process of me being in the kitchen so that, I do still have to do other things in the house. I do still have to clean up after myself and my family. I do still have to teach my children, like I want them to be responsible human beings and, well-rounded and well-educated. So we do go on little, I guess you could call them field trips and just different events that we want to do. So for them to make it seem like all you're doing is just spending all your time in the kitchen and just being so whimsical and happy about it. And granted, but I do it because I want my family to have a nice, clean, sanitized environment so that they're not getting sick or they don't have brain fog or anything like that. So, every night before I go to bed, I clean the whole downstairs because, that's my area. And I make the girls clean the whole upstairs because that's their area. And, I do end up going up there and helping them if they need help. But for the most part, that's their responsibility. We're teaching them that what you do with your toys and your area upstairs, it's fine. You can do whatever you want up there because, hey, that's your space. I'm not going to come and dictate to you how you're able to operate and how you're able to play. No, that's not what we're about. But we are going to teach you that if you do want to do all these things, then just make sure you clean up after yourself after it's all said and done. The reason why I wanted to discuss this today is because I feel like, people are trying to say that like Tradwives is setting us back and we work so hard, or, the women before us work so hard to help us get wages, equal pay as men, and being able to vote, and just all these things. And it made me think like, okay, and that's fine because some people still do want to live that lifestyle and they want to be able to say that they were able to get to the bag by themselves and, be in their masculine energy, I would call it, because you're trying to compete against a man. And if that's not what you're trying to do, then okay, that's not what you're trying to do. But at the same time, it's like, why do you feel as though you have to, stand in your you're in your masculine energy when you're trying to get, I don't want to say get ahead, but why do you feel like you have to stand in your masculine energy when you're trying to progress in life? Because you can still be feminine and still have that same upward progression that you're looking for. Because I think that I'm pretty feminine, but at the same time, I'm not someone that's sitting here getting like ran all over and controlled to do this, and that. Like, I have a mind of my own, and my husband knows I have a mind of my own. He has opinions, I have opinions. We bounce them back and forth, like off of each other. I'm not sitting there trying to be masculine for him to understand what I'm trying to say and get my point across. Another example is Beyonce. Look at her. She's very feminine. She's a feminine businesswoman. And she is like the epitome of success for most females or even males. It's like, okay, no one's saying that they're just in the soft girl era, like they're not working anymore, not, being a functional human being in society. They're just saying that, they're prioritizing their well-being. So they're not being overworked anymore for a company that could care less about them, because the way that these companies have been just firing people has been insane. Like, these people have lives and they're starting to realize like their time is precious on this earth. And I think that's fine for them to realize that. Like, I don't think that it's necessarily them rejecting, the hustle culture that's going on right now. I just think it's them prioritizing themselves. So for people to even say like, oh, it's a lazy girl era, it's like, well, how do you know it's a lazy girl era if this is just a snippet of what you're seeing on social media. That's all they're going to give you. At the end of the day, I feel like stepping into your feminine energy isn't about following trends. It's just about choosing a life that makes you, just feel fulfilled. I'm just trying to empower more moms like me. Like, it's okay that you're, staying at home, taking care of your house, your family. It's nothing wrong with that. If that's what you want to do, then do it and be the best person at it. Like, you can run your house like you will run a business. Let me know in the comments, are you a aspiring Tradwife, or are you in your soft girl era? But anyway, join the community, like and subscribe, and there will be more different topics that I'm going to be discussing, and just come along for the journey.